And we are back. I'm trusting that the sound is working on this because I have a lot to say. And, I don't want to, but whatever. It happens, it happens. Anyway, this is, I'm starting to do full length videos again. Thank God. I'm starting to figure out how to use the microphone and the audio. And that's good because a lot of things I want to sit here and make full length videos. And I know I get zero views on my full length videos. And it's okay. It's part of me. I do this for me. It's part of my. And you know what? If someone just only has shorts to hype up their YouTube channel, the old saying comes to mind: "Where's the beef?" Second of all, when you're constantly doing shorts, you're constantly having to abbreviate. It's like having a 3 minute comedy set and trying to have it your key. And when you have more material, there's more you want to say. There's only so many shorts. Yeah, look, I want to get up a soapbox. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I just actually wanted to get some free advice. Some free advice, some budding comics out there. Yes, some fledgling comics. Comedy's your passion. I know there's somebody out there watching, and it's their passion to get into the comedy circuit, to get past the open mic stage. Am I correct that you would like to be on a flyer? You want to be one of those faces up on the flyer, each facing in a different direction with all kinds of, it's like WWE. You want to be up on the marquee of a regular club. You want to be in Comedy Central. You want to be interviewed on Good Morning America or Fox News as a visiting comic or a radio show, and then eventually maybe get a part in the movie and then be part of the old boys or girls club where you sit together and podcast with other comedians, and then you get to be a guest at this club or that club, and you get to be in movies together. There's always work and people want to hang out and you're cool. You see, that's the dream that most comics have. But in order to get to that level, to get from the basement, which is the open mics, into the real shows, to have a name where people are looking for you, where you're part of the circuit, where you're included, to what I was talking about, that level of notoriety, you gotta get over certain obstacles. And in my experience, to perform at a comedy club, to get in past you got to either do one of two things. You have to win a comedy contest. Yes, once in a while, these clubs have contests, and they're grueling. They're cattle calls. A lot of comics show. I would say sometimes they have to divide them into 3 or 4 sessions. I'm telling you, whenever there's anything going on, especially in the comedy club, or you're gonna have it's gonna be saturated. Comics who you didn't even see at the open mics, you just see them once. They can't. They heard about it. They come out of the woodwork. So it's very, very competitive. You only have one, the top echelon wins, and I don't even know what's reward. All right, you go on to the next level. All right, so maybe you get a spot in the club. I don't know. I've done these contests. Another way to get booked in account, in addition to knowing somebody, to being, a cousin of so and so, which is a given, is to have a following of your own. If you can get enough followers on your own, and some people have done that on the various platforms, you get enough people who like you, and you can go to the club and say, look, here are my followers. They'll come. I can fill the room. That's another way in the door. Personally, I have not been successful, and that's why I'm sitting here talking about it. But I'm not trying to get money off of you. That's the point. I am giving you, there are people who will make you, will charge you, hundreds of dollars to sit down in, it's usually in a comedy club, but sometimes they have it in other places, but they're making a buck off of it. The establishment is making a buck. Everybody's making a buck, but you are. And you know why they're teaching it? Because they never really got too high in comedy. Yeah, they tried comedy. Yeah, they get into some of the clubs because they're friends of the club owners, because they bring the club owners money, because they teach the club. You see how it's a pyramid scheme, and they make money off of you. And I'm not making money off you. I'm giving you free advice. And you know what? I'm not out. I haven't quit. I always tell myself, oh, I'm done. I'm finished with comedy. I'm just gonna do podcasting now. I'm just gonna make my YouTube videos, my little short skits. Nah, I keep coming back. You know how many times I said I'd quit, and people come back and they look at me like I'm a grandpa, and they look like I what's the word? Leprosy. I go to these open mics. I'm not kidding you. And these comics, where they're just starting to shave. They're in their 20s. They have these red rosy cheeks, and they think they're all hot shit. And I can tell they look in my face like, "Get away from me, Grandpa." Yeah, but I keep coming back. I don't know what my problem is. I'm obsessed with it. I keep going back. So you know what? I might go back and do all those things that I talk badly about because, listen, you gotta have a following. I keep pumping out my videos. Maybe I'll get the following. I'm not counting on that. I think I'm gonna hold my nose and hit the mics again, and when I'm ready, and start entering those contests. Just practice. Just do me. I did it before. Okay, I was in a swimming team in high school. I was in a track team, and it's not much different than comedy because on the swimming team and the track team, you had some very competitive swimmers. You had some swimmers who were all about their time, are all aiming for whatever they're aiming for. And I didn't give a shit. I was in the slowest lane. I was just there to chill out. I just need something to keep myself occupied with after school. I just wanted my little certificate at the end of the season. I just wanted to, for health. It was social. It was something to do. I wasn't that competitive, but it was competition was always there. And it's the same thing with comedy. You just got to stay in your lane and not worry about this one or that one, or they're talking this one, or they're not talking to you. You just have to try. I just have to practice and keep going to the mics, find out when the contests are ahead of time, and just practice for them. And what else? And then starting hitting the open mics again, and video recording myself and just putting it out there on YouTube like I used to. I don't get too many views, but eventually somebody's going to see it. Just keep grinding. Stop looking to see who's looking at you, and just do you. That's what a swimmer does. Is a swimmer looking around to see who's in the audience and they're watching him? What's a swimmer doing? Or they're focused. They're focused on their lane. They're focused on keeping their time and making the best time they can and doing their course or their lap. So that's what I'm trying to stay in my lane. I hope this free advice inspires you. It definitely motivated me.